episode of A Midsummer Night's Dream. I am TJ. I am our technical director. This is Claire. She is our artistic director. This is all her fault. All of the actors you will be hearing tonight are volunteering their time and their talents from their homes to bring a little bit of entertainment into your homes. We want to thank them all very much for joining us for this absolute insanity. We would also like to thank our friend, your friendly neighborhood Shakespeare, for hosting this on his pages and congratulate him for his first live show today at the Smithville Renaissance Fair, his first live show of the season, now that we're finally getting back into the swing of normality. We should eventually, at some point during the night, have some links to visit him, as well as some of our other performer friends in the comments of this video. As always, we want to acknowledge and thank all the medical professionals and essential workers who have been working to keep us all as healthy and safe and now as vaccinated as possible. If you are interested in more information about our totally volunteer organization, check out our website, zenithplayers.com. Feel very free to check out our very attractive donations page. 100% of all donations go towards production costs, which these days consist of the very subscriptions that allow for these readings to have happened for the past year. If you would like to read with us in future projects, just send us an email at casting@zenithplayers.com and we will get you on board. You can join us next Saturday for An Ideal Husband by Oscar Wilde. But tonight, we're doing The Wheel of Shakespeare. So what's going to happen is I'm going to share the possible tracks, and you can ignore the actors' names as they appear right now, because we're going to randomize them. We're going to find out in just a moment who is playing who once I press this button. So we have, as Lysander and Mustard Seed, Mira Singer; as Oberon and Theseus, Miguel Vega; as Hermia, Snout and Peas Blossom, Andrew Weinstein; as Bottom, Steve Anderson; as Titania and Hippolyta, Michael J; as Demetrius and Cobweb, Lorraine Ruth Rosenberg; as Helena, Starveling and Moth, Matthew Kisher; as Puck and Snug, Aileen Goldberg; as Quince and Aegeus, Caitlin Jurowitz; as Flute, the Fairy and Philostrate, Andrew Gellos. I will now bring up The Wheel of Shakespeare.
Ready?
And we will find out what theme these poor people will be reading.
Oh, goodness.
So once I press this button, the wheel will spin and I will clarify what all these smushed letters say. Tonight we are doing The Roaring Twenties, A Midsummer Night's Dream, The Roaring Twenties. So now I will bring up our very ominous countdown timer and I will press start. In 10 minutes, I will say, Act 1, Scene 1, actors, go get your stuff.
I was not ready for that cast list. I was not ready at all.
Man, okay. There's that. We're still counting. That's good. I'm just going to put a little note that in the chat here that I should have clarified earlier. Very.
I don't have a wig. Not good wigs.
I am most excited for the Helena Hermia fight, I gotta say.
Andrew was excellent. Excellent. So that's a little clarification there. As always. Or
Oh, that's Caitlin's chair. I thought that was a man in a winter coat, like leaning against something.
Excellent.
Woo! Here we go. And we are off. I am going to check the live stream.
I'm not used to having all this time.
Right?
To do stuff.
It's what?
Have some activity.
I'm seeing a lot of green screen action. I'm wondering. I'm wondering because I have not performed in one of these, which, given the fact that I'm throwing it out there at people, I probably should do. What the budgeting of time is, finding your costumes and your props versus finding your virtual background. That is, Chloe missed the theme. Chloe, the theme is the Roaring 20s.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be wild.
There's going to be a little bit of noise here, maybe. There we go.
Got one in playing.
TJ has so many screens going here. I feel like I'm like at NASA. I'm watching a shuttle launch or something. Cool, cool.
The spy thing.
We don't usually give everybody enough time to check out what all the themes are, so I'm assuming people are just pausing the wheel to find out what the other potential themes are.
YouTube.
This is an unfair advantage to everybody who is in the cast of Great Gatsby.
Right?
Well, except for me, I was in a tank top in that one.
That's true. That's fair. Oh.
My closet was made for this.
I'm seeing costumes. I'm seeing costumes.
And while I'm typing this link and while we're waiting and after you've seen the show, make sure you check out the Renaissance Stream Guide at facebook.com/Renaissance Stream Guide for all sorts of fun stuff you can see during the week and on the weekends. It's not the right script at all, is it?
It would be good if they had the right script. It would be good if we had the right script.
Oh, I guess we'll find out.
It would. Otherwise, it's improv Midsummer Night's Dream, which I guarantee will be shorter, but not necessarily less fun.
Oh my God.
It's always fun to see how quickly everyone can change. I want to know, though, who is still wearing pajama bottoms
Me.
under their costume.
So do you want to be surprised with what I'm doing, or do you want me to just show right now what I'm doing?
I prefer surprises, but if you show right now, that is also a surprise because I cannot see you.
We're just past 5 minutes left.
Okay, what do I do for this?
4 sound cues in here. Let's see if I can get some sound.
Oh,
We have. What am I doing?
we do have 20s music. Raid the files, TJ.
It has to be a wall.
Just use all of the sounds from The Great Gatsby.
Yeah.
See where you can
Got
even the car crash. Spoiler alert.
time
The
do we
Great
got?
Gatsby. 4 minutes, 11 seconds.
Thank you.
Matthew, it's beautiful. It's perfect.
Excellent.
The Godfather wasn't Roaring 20s, was it?
Godfather 2, I believe, entered the 20s.
Isn't that basically what you have for Gatsby? You're fine.
All right.
There we go.
But I got to change it up for character. Wait, well,
My
Which-
eyebrows are too big.
what do you think?
You have, okay, your right hand,
This one?
left screen, yes.
Okay.
Screen left.
My eyebrows are too big for the 20s.
I mean, mine too.
Not for long. I don't have time for full drag.
20s equivalent of a flask.
It's for sound.
Oh, it's for sound. Oh, jazz trumpet.
Yeah,
Plunger
how
mute.
about that?
With a plunger mute.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. 3 minutes.
Ah!
I'm excited. You're scaring everyone.
And
Anybody
my
hear that?
girlfriend thought I'd never get to wear this hat.
Well, she's wrong. I'm impressed with
There we go.
everyone's costuming.
I have nothing remotely 20s. This is like a Renaissance shirt with a skirt. And I don't know.
I believe in you.
One of us has to.
Now backdrop.
And
Are we still live through this?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hi everybody. Hi everybody.
Suffering. Claire is.
I think this is all we got right now.
I love it.
There we go. That'll be for the woods.
Yeah.
Since I appear outside of the woods first, I think we'll be outside of Theseus's manor.
Oh
Let's
my
see
god.
yours.
I got even
Background.
better.
Fudge. Background.
Hold
Oh god.
It's official. All my costumes are packed. I tried.
Okay, so.
Aileen has just like a full-on get up. Like
I do
the
a lot
dress.
of 20s murder mysteries.
Aileen was ready.
Yeah. So Puck's gonna be like 20s mobster gal.
Fabulous.
That is my favorite thing on this planet right now.
That's what
Oh, gold to attempt the eyeliner with 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock, Matthew.
need to fix my
Bold choices.
This is what I get for cleaning up after I do my makeup. I can't find anything.
I'm like sweating so bad.
Let's see. Almost forgot.
Oh my god. Okay. Luckily I'm not in the first. Good.
Oh, must be nice.
Where's my settings?
I'm a little impressed at the bow tie game, by the way.
I had this pre-tied. I would like not to take credit for that, but I did.
Broken eyeliner.
I already lost my mustache. Oh no, it's sweating.
30 seconds.
Oh my god.
What student am I in first? 1, 2. Okay, I got time.
Ah!
Ah!
There we
I don't
go.
know how to save a picture on MacBook.
15 seconds.
Where the hell did I save this picture? Oh my god. Apparently space.
5,
That's where I saved it.
4, 3, 2,
Oh, God.
1.
Sheesh.
A Midsummer Night's Dream. Act 1. Scene 1. Enter Theseus, Hippolyta, and the Philostrate with others.
Now, fair Hippolyta, a nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon, but, oh, methinks how slow this moon wanes. She lingers my desire like to a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out of a young man's revenue.
I was muted. Now I'm not. 4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the new moon, like to a silver bow, new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, Philostrate. Stir up the Athenian youth to merriments. Awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth. Turn melancholy forth to funerals. And pale companion is not for our pomp.
The Philostrate.
Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love doing the injuries. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with reveling.
Enter Aegeus and his daughter Hermia, and Lysander and Demetrius.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned duke.
Thanks, good Aeneas. And what's news with thee?
Full of vexation come I with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And my gracious Duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung with feigning voice verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy with bracelets of thy hair, rings, gauds, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweetmeats, messengers of strong prevailment in unhardened youth. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And, my gracious Duke, be it so she will not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens, as she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law, immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid, to you. Your father shall be as a god, one that composed your beauties, yea, and one to whom you are but as a form in wax, by him imprinted, and within his power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is. But in this kind, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would rather my father looked but with my eyes.
Rather your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires, know of your youth, examine well your blood, whether, if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun. For I to be in shady cloister mewed, to live a barren sister all your life, chanting fate hymns to the cold fruitless moon. Thrice blessed that they master their blood to undergo such maiden pilgrimage. But earthlier happy is the rose distilled, than that which, withering on the virgin thorn, grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So I will grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin pain up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me, for everlasting bond our fellowship, upon that day either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius, as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest for austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield. Praise title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Scornful Lysander, true he hath my love, and what is mine my love shall render him. And she is mine, and all my right of her I do in state unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortunes every way as fairly ranked, if not with vantage as Demetrius's. And, which is more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved of beauty as Hermia. Why should not I then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll avouch it to his head, made love to Nater's daughter, Helena, and won her soul. And she, sweet lady, dotes, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought of have spoke thereof. But, being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, come, and come, Aegeus, you shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look your arm yourself to fit your fancies of your father's will, or else the law of Athens yield you up, which to no means you may extenuate, to death or to vow of single life. Come, my Hippolyta, what cheer, my love? Demetrius and Aegeus, go along. I must employ you in some business, against the nuptial conferred with you, and something nearly that concerns yourselves.
With duty and desire we follow you.
All but Hermia and Lysander exit.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
Belike for want of rain, which I could well beseem them from the tempest of my eyes.
Ay me, for aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth, but either it was different in blood,
Oh, cross! Too high to be enthralled, too low.
or else misgrafted in respective years,
Oh, spite! Too old to be engaged to young.
or else it stood upon the choice of friends.
Oh, hell! Choose love by another's eyes.
Or if there were a sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as the lightning in the collied night, that in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth, and ere a man hath power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up, so quick bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have been ever crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our trial patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore, hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. Therefore, gentle Hermia, may I marry you. And to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, then steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena to do observance to a morn of May, there will I stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus's doves, by that which knitteth souls and prospers love, and by that fire which burned the Carthage queen when the false Trojan under the sail was seen, by all the vows that ever men have broke, in number more than ever women spoke. In that same place thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Enter Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena. Whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius, love you fair. Oh, happy fair, your eyes are lodestars, and your tongue's sweet air more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear. When wheat is green, when hawthorn buds appear, sickness is catching. Oh, were favor so, yours would I catch ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye your eye, my tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Were the wind mine, Demetrius, being baited, the rest I'd give to be to you translated. Oh, teach me how you look, and with that art you sway the motions of Demetrius's heart.
I frown upon you, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach me smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers should.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty. Would that fault were mine.
Take comfort. He no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, then what graces in my love do dwell, that he hath turned a heaven unto a hell.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl the bladed grass, a time that lovers' flights doth still conceal, through Athens' gates we have devised to steal.
And in the wood, where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet, and hence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends and stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow, pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander. We must starve our sight from lovers' food till morrow deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia.
Hermia exits.
Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
Lysander exits.
How happy some are others some can be. Through Athens, I'm thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius think not so. He will not know what all but he do know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities. Things base and vile, holding no quantity. Love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore in winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste, wings and no eyes figure unheedy haste. And therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled. As waggish boys in game themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on to Hermia's eyne, he held down oaths that he was only mine. And with this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved in showers of oaths did melt. I will go, tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense, but herein mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
She exits. Act 1, Scene 2. Enter Quince, the carpenter, Snug, the joiner, Bottom, the weaver, Flute, the bellows mender, Snout, the tinker, and Starveling, the tailor.
Is all our company here?
You're best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is the scroll of every man's name in which is thought fit through all Athens to play an hour interlude before the Duke and Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors, and so grow to a point.
Marry, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
Very good piece of work, I assure you. And Mary, now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom the Weaver.
Ready. Name what part I am for and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most gallant for love.
Oh, that will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure. To the rest, my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Heracles rarely, or a part to tear a cat in, to make all split. The raging shocks and rivering rocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Thebes' car shall shine from far and make and bar the foolish fates. That was luck. Name the rest of the players. This is Heracles' vein, a tyrant's vein, a lover is more condoling.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Oh, nay! Faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming in.
That's all one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you like.
And I might hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe. Thisbe. Oh, Pyramus, my lover dear, thy Thisbe dear and lady dear.
No, you must play Pyramus and Flute you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
Yeah, Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout, the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus's father. Myself, Thisbe's father. Snug the joiner, you, the lion's part. And I hope here is a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be given to me, for I am slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion too. I will roar that I will do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar that I will make the Duke say, "Let him roar again, let him roar again."
And you should do it too terribly. You would fright the Duchess and the ladies. They would shriek, and that were enough to hang us all.
That would
hang us. Every mother's son.
Every mother's son.
I grant you, friends, if you should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice, so I will roar you as gently as my sucking dove. I will roar you and twirl a nightingale.
You can play no part but Pyramus, for Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man as one shall see in a summer's day, a most lovely gentleman-like man. Therefore you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were I best to play it in?
Why, what you will.
I will discharge it in either your straw-colored beard, or your orange tawny beard, your purple ingrain beard, your French crown-colored beard, your perfect yellow.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you'll play them barefaced. But masters, here are your parts, and I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to con them by tomorrow night and meet me in the palace wood, a mile without the town by moonlight. There will we rehearse, for if we meet in the city, we shall be dogged with company, and our device is known. In the meantime, I will draw a bill of properties such as our play wants. I pray you, fail me not.
We will meet, and there we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's Oak we meet.
Enough. Hold or cut bowstrings.
They exit. End of Act 1. Act 2. Scene 1. Enter a fairy at one door and Robin Goodfellow at another.
Sorry about that. How now, spirit? Whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, through brush, through briar, over park, over pale, through flood, through fire. I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon sphere, and I serve the fairy queen, that to dew her orbs upon the green, the cow's lip tall her pensioners be, in their gold coat spots you see, those be rubies fairy favors, in those freckles live their savors. I must go seek some dewdrops here, and hang a pearl in every cow's lips ear. Farewell, thou lawless spirits, I'll be gone. Our queen and all her elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight. For Oberon is passing fell and wrath, because that she, as her attendant, hath a lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling, and jealous Oberon would have the child knight of his train to trace the forest wild, but she perforce withholds the lovely boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in a grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen, but they do square that all the elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape and making quiet, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow. Are you not he that frights the maids of the villagery, skim milk and sometimes labor in the quern, and bootless make the breathless huswife churn, and sometime make the drink to bear no harm, mislead not wanderers laughing at their harm? Those that hobgoblin call you and sweet Puck, you do their work and they shall have good luck. Are you not he?
Thou speakest all right. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon to make him smile, when I, a fat and bean-fed horse beguiled, neighing in likeness of a filly foal, and sometimes lurk I in gossip's bowl, in very likeness of a roasted crab, and when she drinks against her lips I bop, and on her withered dewlap pour the ale, the wisest aunt telling the saddest tale, sometime for a 3-foot stool mistaketh me, and then slip I from her burn, down topples she, and terror cries and falls into a cough, and then the whole choir hold their hips and laugh and waxen in their mirth and knees, and swear a merrier hour was never wasted there. But Rune Fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here my mistress would that he were gone.
Enter Oberon, the king of the fairies, at one door with his train, and Titania, the queen, at another with her.
On me by moonlight, proud Titania.
What? Jealous Oberon? Fairies, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton. Am not I thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when man now has stolen from fairyland, and in the shape of Corin sat all day playing the pipes of Corin and versing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here, come from the farthest steep of India, but that, forsooth, the bouncing Amazon, your buskinned mistress and your warrior love to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania? Glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus. Didst not thou lead him through the glimmering night, from Paragonia, whom he ravished, and make him with fair Aglis break his faith with Eridine or Antiopa?
These are the forgeries of jealousy, and never since the middle summer's spring met we on hill and dale, or forest or mead, by paved fountain or rushy brook, or in the beached margnet of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind, but with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds piping us in vain, as in ravage have sucked up from the sea contagious fog, which spilling and falling in the land hath every pelting river made so proud that they have overborne their contingents. The ox hath therefore stretched his yoke in vain, the plowman lost his sweat, and the green corn hath rotted ere its used you attacked in a beard. The fold stands empty on the downed field, and crows are fattened with the murrain flock. The 9 men's morris is filled up with mud, and the quaint mazes in the wanton green, for lack of thread, are undistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is now with him or carol blessed. Therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air, that romantic diseases do abound. And throughout this distemperature we see the seasons alter. Hooray-headed frosts fall in the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and on Hymen's thin icy crown an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is as in mockery set. The spring, the summer, The childing autumn, angry winter, change their wonted liveries, and mazed world, by their increase now, knows not which is which, and by this same poignancy of evil comes from our debate, from our distension, we are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a vostress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air by night full often hath she gossiped by my side and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, making the embarked trades and on the flood, which have laughed to see the sails convince and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind, which she, with pretty and whim swimming gait, following her womb then rich with my young squire, would imitate and sail upon the land to fetch me trifles and return again, as from a voyage rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal, of that boy did die. And for her sake I do rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within my woods do you intend to stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day, if you will patiently dance it all round and see our moonlit revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies, away. We shall chide downright if I longer stay.
Titania and her fairies exit.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest, since once I sat upon a promontory and heard a mermaid on the dolphin's back, uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from her spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid, all armed. A sudden aim he took at a fair vestal thrown by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. But I might see young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon, and the imperial vultress passed on. In maiden meditation fancy free, yet marked I were the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple in love's wound. The maidens call it love and idleness. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed thee once, and juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid will make a man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle round on the earth in 40 minutes.
Having won this juice, I'll watch Titania where she is asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. Next thing then she, waking, looks upon, be it on lion, bear, or wolf, or bull, on meddling monkey, or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And there I take this charm from off her sight, as I can take it with another herb. I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
Enter Demetrius with Helena following him.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and Hermia? The one I'll stay, the other slayeth me. Thou told me they were stolen upon these woods, and here I am, in the woods, within these woods, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone, and meet me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, but yet you draw not iron from my heart, as true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Entice you? Do I speak you fair, or rather, do I not in plainest truth tell you, I do not, nor I cannot love you?
And even for that, do I love you more? I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me, but as your spaniel, spur me, strike me, neglect me, lose me, only give me leave, unworthy as I am to follow you. What worser place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of highest respect with me, than be use it as you use your dog?
Not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I look at thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
Oh my! You impeach your modesty too much to leave the city and commit yourself in the hands of one that loves you not, to trust the opportunity of night at ill counsel of a desert's place with no rich worth of your rigidity.
Your virtue is my privilege, for that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore, I think I am not in the night, nor doth this wood lack worlds of company, for you, in my respect, are all the world. Then how can it be said I am alone, when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee and hide me in the brakes and leave thee to thy mercy of the wild beasts.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will. The story shall be changed. Apollo flies and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin. The mild hind makes speed to chase. Catch the tiger. Bootless speed when the cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay thy question. Let me go, or if thou followest me, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in these woods.
Oh, in the temple, in the town, oh, the field, you do me mischief. Fly, Demetrius, your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to be wooed.
Demetrius exits.
I'll follow thee and make heaven the hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.
Helena exits.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love.
Enter Robin.
Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye, here it is.
I pray thee, give it to me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grows, quite over-canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses and an eglantine. There sleeps Titania sometime of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And there the snake throws her enameled skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in, and with the juice of this I'll streak her eyes, and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it, and seek through this grove. Sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, and do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he has on. Effect it with some care, that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And look thou meet me ere the first cock crows.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do.
They exit. Act 2, Scene 2. Enter Titania, queen of the fairies, with her train.
Come now, a roundel and a fairy song. Then, for the third part of a minute hence, some to kill cankers in the muskrow's buds, some war with remnants for their leathern wings, to make my small elves coats, and some keep back the clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wanders at our quaint spirits. Oh, sing me now to sleep, then to your offices, and let me rest.
She lies down.
You spotted snakes with double tongue, thorny hedgehogs be not seen, newts and blind worms do no wrong, come not near our fairy queen. Fill a mellow with melody, sing a sweet lullaby. La 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 la
La la
bye.
la
La la la la bye.
la 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 la.
Never harm nor spell nor charm. Come, our lovely lady night. So good night with lullaby.
Lullaby.
Weaving spiders come not near, and you long-legged spinners' hands. Beetles black approach not near. One more sail, do no friends. Fill a mill with melody, singing our sweet lullaby.
Lullaby.
La 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 bye. La 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 bye. Never harm, no spell, no charm. Come, our lovely lady night. So good night with lullaby. Hence away, now is well. One aloof stand sentinel.
Fairies exit. Enter Oberon, who anoints Titania's eyelids with the nectar.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake, be it ounce, or cat, or bear, bard, or boar with bristled hair. In thy eye thou shalt appear, then when thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
He exits. Enter Lysander and Hermia.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood, and to speak troth, I have forgot our way. We'll rest as Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out of bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both, one heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense, sweet, of my innocence. Love takes the meaning in love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms interchanged with an oath, so then two bosoms and a single troth. Then by your side no bedroom me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now much beshrew my manners and my pride, if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But, gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off in human modesty. Such separation as may well be said becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter to thy sweet life end.
Amen, amen to that fair prayer say I, and then end life when I end loyalty. Here is my bed. Sleep give thee all his rest.
They sleep. Enter Robin.
Through the forest I have gone, but Athenian found I none. on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force in stirring love. Ooh, night and silence, who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he my master said despised the Athenian maid. And and here the maiden, sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl upon thine eyes I throw all the power this charm doth.
Anoints Lysander's eyes with the nectar.
When thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Enter Demetrius and Helena, running.
Oh my God, this broad.
Though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee hence, and do not harm me thus.
Oh, wouldst thou darkling leave me? Do not so.
Stay on thy peril, and alone I will go.
Demetrius exits.
Oh, I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoever she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright, not with salt tears? If so, my eyes are often washed than hers. No, I am as ugly as a bear. For beast that meet me run away for fear. Therefore no marvel though Demetrius do as a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine may be compared with Hermia's sphery eye. But who is here? Lysander on the ground, dead or asleep. I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire I will for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows art that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where's Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What though he love your Hermia? Lord, what so? Yet Hermia still loves you, then be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes I with her have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love, who will not change a raven for a dove. The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe until their season, so I, being young, till now ripe not to reason. And touching now the point of human scale, reason becomes the marshal to my will, and leads me to your eyes, where I o'erlook love's stories written in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I chained to this mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Is it not enough? Is it not enough, young man, that I did never know, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius's eyes? But you must flout my insufficiency? Good troth, you do me wrong. Good sooth you do, in such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well, perforce I must confess, I thought you lord of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refused should of another therefore be abused.
Yikes.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayst thou come Lysander near. For, as a surfeit of the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to the stomach brings, or as the heresies that men do leave are hated most of those they did deceive, so thou, my surfeit and my heresy, will all be hated, but the most of me. And all my powers address your love and might to honor Helen, and to be her knight.
He exits.
Help me, Lysander! Help me! Do I have to pluck this sprawling servant off my breast? I free me, for pity. What a dream was here. Lysander, look how you quake with fear. He fought a serpent, ate my heart away, and you sat smiling at his cruel pity, cruel prey. Lysander? What? Removed? Lysander, Lord? What? Out of hearing? Gone? No sound? No word? Alack! Where are you? Speak! And if you hear, speak of all loves. I swoon almost with fear. No? And I will perceive you are not nigh. Either death or you, I'll find immediately.
She exits. End of Act 2. Act 3, Scene 1. With Titania still asleep on stage, enter the clowns. Bottom, Quince, Snout, Starveling, Snug, and Flute.
We all met.
Pat, and here's a marvelous convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage, this hawthorn brake our tiring house, and we will do it in action as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince.
What sayest thou, Bully Bottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisne that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
By Larkin, a powerless fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Nah, not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue. Let the prologue seem to say, we will do no harm with our swords, and the Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the more better assurance, tell him that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear, right?
Well, we will have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
Oh, make it 2 more. Let it be written at 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeared of the lion? Roar!
I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider with yourself to bring in, God shields, a lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing. There is not a more fearful wildfowl than your lion living. We ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell he is not a lion.
Hey, you must name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck. And he himself must speak through, saying thus, or to the same defect, ladies, or fair ladies, or I would entreat you not to fear, not to tremble, my life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, it would pity of my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man as other men are. And there indeed let him name his name and tell him plainly that he is Snug the joiner.
Well, it shall be so, but there is 2 hard things. That is to bring the moonlight into a chamber, for you know Pyramus and Thisbe meet by moonlight.
Oh, doth the moon shine? That night we play our play.
A calendar. Look in the almanac. Find out moonshine.
Yes, it doth shine that night.
Then may you leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye. Or else one must come in with a bush of thorns and a lantern to say he comes to disfigure or to present the person of moonshine. Then there is another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe says the story did talk through the chink of a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall, and let him have some plaster, or some loam, or some rough cast about him to signify wall, or let him hold his fingers thus, And through the cranny let Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son, rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you have spoken your speech, enter into that break, so everyone according to his cue.
Enter Robin, invisible to those on stage.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here? So near to the cradle of the fairy queen. What? A play toward? I'll be an auditor. An actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, flowers of odious savor sweet.
Odors, odors.
Odors savor sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice. Stay thou but here a while, by and by will to thee appear.
He exits.
A stranger Pyramus than ever played here.
He exits.
Must I speak now?
Aye, marry must you, for you must understand, he goes but to see a noise that he heard, and is to come again.
Most radius Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of color like the red rose on triumphant briar, most briskly juvenile and eke most lovely Jew, as true as truest horse that yet would never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Ninus tube, man, why you must not speak that yet? That you answer to Pyramus. You must speak all your part at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It is never tire.
Oh, as truest horse that yet never would tire.
Enter Robin, and bottom as Pyramus with the ass head.
If I were fair, fair Thisbe, I were only thine.
Oh, monstrous, so strange. We are haunted. Pray, masters, fly, masters. Help.
Quince, flute, snout, snug, and starveling exit.
I'll follow you. I'll lead you around through the bog, through the bush, through the brake, through the briar. Sometime a horse I'll be. Sometime a hound, a hog, a headless bear. Sometime a fire, and neigh, and bark, and grunt, and roar, and burn. Like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire, at every turn.
Why do they run away? This is a knavery of them to make me afeard.
And just now.
Oh, bottom, thou art changed. What do I see of thee?
What do you see? You see an asshead of your own, do you?
Now, the Quince.
Bless thee, bottom, bless thee, thou art translated.
He exits.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to frighten me if they could. But I will not stir from this place, do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing that they shall hear I am not afraid. The owls'll cock so black of hue, with orange tawny bill, the throstle with his note so true, the wren with little quill.
Oh, what angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain song cuckoo gray, whose note full many a man doth mark, and dares not answer nay. For indeed, who would set his wit to so foolish a bird? Who would give a bird the lie, though he cry cuckoo, never so?
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored of thy note, so is mine eye enthralled to thy shape. Oh, and thy fair virtue's force perforce doth move me on the first view to say, I swear, I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. And yet, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. The more the pity that some honest neighbors will not make them friends. I can gleek upon occasion.
Oh, thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so neither. But if I had wit enough to get out of the wood, I have enough to serve mine own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here, whither thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore, go with me, and I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou art pressed flowers doth sleep, and I will purge thy mortal grossness so that thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peas blossom, cobweb, moat, mustard seed.
Enter 4 fairies, Peas Blossom, Cobweb, Moat, and Mustard Seed.
Ready?
And I.
And I.
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricocks and dewberries, with purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. Thy honey bags steal from the humble bees, and for night tappers crop their waxen thighs, and let them at the fiery glowworm's eyes to have my love to bed and to arise, and pluck the wings from painted butterflies to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Nod to him, elves, and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal.
Hail.
I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. Your name, honest gentleman?
Peas Blossom.
I pray thee, commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and to Master Peascod, your father. Good Master Peasbottom, I shall desire you of more acquaintance too. Your name, I beseech you.
Mustard
Sir?
seed.
Good Master Mustard Seed, I know your patience well. That same cowardly giant like oak's beef hath devoured many a gentleman of your house. I promise you, your kindred hath made my eyes water ere now. I desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Mustard Seed.
Come, wait upon him, lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my lover's tongue, bring him silent.
They exit. Act 3, Scene 2. Enter Oberon, King of the Fairies.
I wonder if Titania be awake. Then what it was that next came in her eye, which she must dote on in extremity.
Enter Robin Goodfellow.
Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monster is in love. Near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals that work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus's nuptial day. The shallowest thick skin of that barren sort who Pyramus presented in their sport forsook his scene and entered in a break. When I did him at this advantage take, an ass's knoll I fixed on his head. Anon, his Thisbe must be answered, and forth my mimic comes, when they him spy as wild geese that the creeping fowler eye, or russet-pated choughs in many sort, rising and cawing at the gun's report, sever themselves and madly sweep the sky, so in his sight away his fellows fly. And at our stamp, here o'er and o'er one falls, he murder cries and help from Athens calls. Their sense thus weak, lost with their fears thus strong, made senseless things begin to do them wrong. For briefs and thorns at their apparel snatch, some sleeves, some hats from yielders of all things to catch, I led them on in this distracted fear, and left the sweet Pyramus translated there. When, in that moment, so it came to pass, Titania will wait, and straightway loved Ennis.
This falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenian's eyes, and the love juice, as I did bid thee do?
I took him sleeping. That's finished too. And the Athenian woman by his side, that when he waked a force, she must be eyed.
Enter Demetrius and Hermia.
Stand close. This is the same Athenian.
Well, this is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, I love you so. Lay beneath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse. For thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being o'er shoes in blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? I believe as soon this whole earth may be bored, and that the moon may through the center creep, and so displease her brothers noontide with the antipods. Oh, it cannot be, but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murder look, and so should I. Pierce to the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear as yonder's Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I would rather give him caucus to my hound.
Out, dog! Out! Cur! Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth be never numbered among men. Oh, once tell true. Tell true, even for my sake. Durst thou have looked upon him, being awake, and hast thou killed him sleeping? Oh, brave touch! Could not a worm, an adder, do so much? An adder did it, for with double tongue than thine, thou serpent, never adder stung.
You spend your passion on a misfired mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor you tell.
I pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
Oh. And if I could, what should I get therefore?
A privilege never to see me more, and from thy hated presence part I. So see me no more, whether he be dead or no.
Exits.
There's no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for while I will remain. The sorrow's heaviness does heavy grow, for that sad, heroic sleep does sorrow, which now in some slight measure I will play. If for this tender here I will make, so stay.
He lies down and falls asleep.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love's sight. On thy misprison must perforce ensue some true love turned, and not a false turn true.
Then fate so rules that one man holding troth, a million fail, confounding oath on oath.
About the wood, go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens, look thou find. All fancy sick she is, and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion see thou bring her here. I'll charm her eyes against she do appear.
I go, look how I go! Swift as an arrow from the Tartar's bow. Ooh.
Flower in this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, think an apple of his eye. When his love he doth espy, let us shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Enter Robin. Enter Robin.
Robin, I swear I just saw you.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be!
Stand aside, the noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
Then will two at once woo one, that must needs be sport alone, and these things do best please me that befall preposterously. Enter Lysander and Helena.
Why should you think that I should woo and scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep, and vows so born in their nativity, all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of fate to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, oh devilish, holy fray! These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er, weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh? Your vows to her and me, put in two scales, will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind. Now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh, Helen. Goodness, goddess, nymph, perfect, divine. Oh, what my love shall I compare to thine? Crystal is muddy, oh, how ripe thy show thy lips. Oh, those kissing cherries. Tempting grow. The pure, congealed white, high, tight as snow fans with the eastern winds, turns to a crow when thou holds up thy hand. Oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, the seal of bliss.
Oh, spite! Oh, hell! I see you all are bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do? But you must join in souls to mock me too. Oh, if you you were men as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady's show to vow and swear and to praise my parts, when I am sure you hate me with your hearts. You both are rivals and love Hermia, and now both rival to mock Helena, a trim exploit, a manly enterprise, to conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes, with your decision, derision. None of noble sort would be so offend a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius, be not so, for you love Hermia, this you know I know. And here, with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love I yield you up my part, and yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love, and will do till my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia. I will none if I e'er loved her. All that love is gone. My heart to her, but a guest wise sauntered, and now to Helen is it home returned, oh, there to remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Oh, despite not the faith thou dost not know, lest thy peril thou abide in dear. Look where thy love comes, yonder is my dear.
Enter Hermia.
Dark night, that from the eye his function takes, the ear more quick of apprehension makes, wherein it doth impair the seeing sense, it pays the hearing double recompense. Thou art not by mine eye, Lysander, found. Mine ear, I thank it, brought me to thy sound. But why so unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love that would not let him bide. Fair Helena, who more engilds the night than all yon fiery O's and eyes of light. Why seek'st thou me? Could not this make thee know that the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think. It cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid. Have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel that we two have shared the sisters' vows? The hours that we spent when we have child, the hasty-footed time for parting us. Oh, is it all forgot? All school days, friendship, childhood, innocence. We, Hermia, like two artificial gods, have with our needles created both one flower, both on one sampler, sitting on one cushion, both warbling of one song, both in one key, as if our hands, our sides, voices, and minds had been incorporate. So we grew together like a double cherry seemed parted, but yet an union in partition. Two lovely berries molded on one stem, so with two seeming bodies but one heart, two of the first like coats in heraldry, two but to one, and grounded with one crest. And will you rent our ancient love asunder to join with men in scorning your poor friend? Oh, it is not friendly, 'tis not maidenly. Our sex as well as I may chide for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander as in scorn to follow me and praise my eyes and face and made your other love Demetrius? Why even but now did spurn me with his foot to call me goddess, and then divine, and rare, precious, celestial? Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love so richly within his soul, and tender me for sooth affection, but bide your setting on, by your consent? What though I be not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate but miserable most to love unloved? This you should pity rather than despise.
I understand not. What do you mean by this?
Do! Preserver counterfeit sad looks make mouths upon me when I turn my back, wink at each other, hold the sweet jest up. This sport, well carried, shall be chronicled. If you have any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. You would not make me such an argument, but fare you well. 'Tis partly my own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena, hear my excuse. My love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent!
Wait, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee, by my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee, to prove him false that says I love thee not.
Whoa, I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Oh. Quick.
Lysander, where to tends all this?
He takes hold of Lysander.
No, he'll seem to break loose. Speak on as you would follow, but you come not. You are a tame man. Oh.
Hang off, thou cat, thou bird. Vile thing, let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why are you grown so rude? What change is this, sweet love?
Die, love? Out, tawny tartar, out! Out, loathed medicine, out, hated potion, hence!
Do you not jest?
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would have your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll not trust your word.
What? Should I hurt her, strike her, kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What? Can you do me greater than harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? Oh, me, what news, my love? Am not I Hermia? Are you not Lysander? I am as fair now as I was erewhile. Since night you loved me. Yet since night you left me. Why then you left me? Oh, the gods forbid. In earnest, shall I say?
Aye, by my life, and never did desire to see thee more. Therefore be out of hope, of question, of doubt. Be certain, nothing truer. 'Tis no jest that I do hate thee and love Helena.
Oh, me. You juggler! You canker blossom! You thief of love! What have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Fine in faith. Have you no modesty? No maiden shame? No touch of bashfulness? What? Will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fine, counterfeit puppet you!
Puppet? Why so? Aye, that way goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem, because I am so dwarfish and low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak! How low am I? I am not yet so low, but that my nails can reach into thine eyes.
Oh.
I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me! I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in truiness. I am a right maid for my cowardice. Let her not strike me. You perhaps may think, because she is something lower than myself, that I can match her.
Lower? Hark again.
Good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love Hermia. Did you ever keep your counsels and ever wronged you? Say that in love unto Demetrius. I told him of your stealth upon this wood. He followed you for love. I followed him. But he hath chid me hence and threatened me to strike me, spurn me, nay, to kill me too. And now, so you will let me go quiet. To Athens will I bear my folly back and follow you no further. Let me go. You see how simple and how fond I am.
Get you gone. Who is that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What? With Lysander?
With Demetrius.
Be not afraid. She shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir. She shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she is angry, she is keen and true. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little? Again? Nothing but low and little. Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her!
Get you gone, you dwarf, you minimus of a hindering knotgrass maid, you bead, you acorn.
You are too officious in her behalf that scorns your service. Leave her alone. Speak not of Helena. Take not her part, for if thou dost intend never so little show of her love to her, thou shalt abide it.
Now she holds me not. Now follow if thou darest to try whose right of thine or mine is most in Helena.
Hello? Nay, I'll go with thee. By Jol.
Demetrius and Lysander exit.
You mistress, all this coil is long of you! Nay, go not back!
You, I no longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
She exits.
I am amazed and know not what to say. Get back here!
This is thy negligence. Still thou makest or else committest thy knaveries willfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did not you tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he had on? And so far blameless proves my enterprise that I have anointed an Athenian's eyes. And so far I am glad it did sort, as this there jangling I esteem a sport.
Thou seest these lovers speak of place to fight. Aye, therefore, Robin, overcast the night. The starry welkin cover thou anon with drooping fog as black as Archeron, and lead these testy rivals so astray as one come not within another's way. Like to Lysander sometime frame thy tongue, then stir Demetrius up with bitter wrong, and sometime rail thou like Demetrius, and from each other look thou lead them thus, till o'er their brows death counterfeiting sleep, with leaden legs and batty wings doth creep, then crust this herb into Lysander's eyes. Those whose liquid hath this virtuous property, to take from thence all error with his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wanton sight. When they next wake, all this derision shall seem a dream, a fruitless vision, and back to Athens shall the lovers wend, with league whose date till death shall never end. Whilst I in this affair do thee employ, I'll to my queen, and beg her Indian boy, and then I will her charmed eye release from monster's view, and all things shall be at peace.
My fairy lord, this must be done with haste, for night's swift dragons cut the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger, at whose approach, ghost wandering here and there, troop home to churchyards, damned spirits all, that in crossways and floods have burial, already to their wormy beds have gone, for fear lest day should look their shames upon. They willfully themselves exile from light, and must for aye consort with black-browed night.
But we are spirits of another sort. I with the morning's love have oft made sport, and, like a forester, the groves may tread, even till the eastern gate, all fiery red, opening on Neptune with fair blessed beams, turns into yellow gold his salt green stems. But, notwithstanding, haste, make no delay. We may effect this business yet our day.
He exits.
Up and down, I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town. Goblin, lead them up and down. Oh, here comes one.
Enter Lysander.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou?
I will be with thee straight.
Follow me then to plainer ground.
Lysander exits. Enter Demetrius.
Lysander, then, thou runaway, thou coward, art thou fled? Speak, in some bush, where dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward, art thou bragging to the stars, telling the bushes that thou look'st for wars, and will not come? Come, recreant, come, thou child, I'll whip thee with a rod. He is defiled that draws a sword on thee.
Yeah. Art thou there?
Follow my voice, we'll try no manhood here.
They exit. Enter Lysander.
He goes before me and still dares me on. When I come where he calls, then he is gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I followed fast, but faster did he fly. That fallen am I in dark, uneven way, and here will rest me. Come, thou gentle day, for if but once thou show me thy grey light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite.
He lies down and sleeps, as Robin and Demetrius enter.
Ho, 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 coward! Why comest thou not?
Abide me if thou darest, for well I won't. Thou's running before me, shifting every way, and there's not stand nor look me in the face. Where art thou now?
Come hither, I am here.
Hey, then thou mockst me. Thou shalt be this dear. If I ever eye thy face by daylight see, now go the way. Faintness constrains me to measure out my length on this cold bed by day's approach looks to be visited.
He lies down and sleeps. Enter Helena.
Oh, weary night. Oh, long and tedious night. Abate thy hours. Shine comfort from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight from these that my poor company detest. And sleep that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye. Steal me away for a while from mine own company.
She lies down and sleeps.
Yet but three. Come one more. Two of both kinds make up four. Here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make four poor females mad.
Enter Hermia.
Never so weary, never so in woe. Bedabbled with the dew and torn with briars. I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here will I rest me till the break of day, and heaven shield Lysander if they mean a fray.
On the ground, sleep sound I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover, remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye, and the country proverb known that every man should take his own, in your waking shall be known. Jack shall have his Jill, naught shall go ill, the man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well.
He exits. End of Act 3. Act 4, Scene 1. With the four lovers asleep on stage, enter Titania, queen of the fairies, and Bottom and the fairies, and Oberon the king behind them, unseen by those on stage.
Come, sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek, smooth head, and kiss thy fair, large ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peasbottom?
Ready?
Scratch my head, Peasbottom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb? Monsieur Cobweb, good monsieur, get you your weapons in your hand and kill me a red-hipped bumblebee on the top of a thistle. And good monsieur, bring me the honey bag. Do not fret yourself too much in the action, monsieur. And good monsieur, have a care the honey bag break not. I will be loath to have you overflown with a honey bag, senor.
Cobweb exits.
Where's Monsieur Mustard Seed?
Ready?
Give me your nief, Monsieur Mustard Seed. Pray you, leave your courtesy, good monsieur.
What's your will?
Oh, nothing, good monsieur, but to help Cavallary Cobweb to scratch. I must to the barber's, monsieur, for methinks I am marvelous hairy about the face. I am such a tender ass that if my hair do but tickle me, I must scratch.
What, wilt thou hear some music, my love?
I have a reasonable good ear for music. Let's have the tongues and the bones.
Or say, sweet love, what desirest thou to eat?
Oh, truly, a peck of provender. I could munch your good dry oats. Methinks I have a great desire to a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay, hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I'd rather have a handful of of dried peas. But I pray you, let none of your people stir me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, and be always away.
Oh, finally.
So doth the woodbine, the sweet honeysuckle, gently entwist the female ivy. So enrings the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I do love thee. How I do dote on thee.
Bottom and Titania sleep. Enter Robin Goodfellow.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? A dotage now I do begin to pity, for meeting her of late behind the wood, seeking sweet favors of this hateful fool. I did unbraid her, and fall out with her. For she his hairy temples then he rounded, with coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers, and that same dew which sometime on the buds was wont to swell the round and orient pearls, stood now within the pretty floret's eyes, like tears that did their own disgrace bewail. When I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience, I then did ask of her changeling child, which straight she gave me, and a fairy sent to bear him to my bower in fairyland. And now I have the boy. I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And gentle Puck, take this transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, that he, awakening when the other do, may all the Athens back again repair, and think no more of this night's accidents, but as the fierce vexation of a dream. But first, I will release the fairy queen. Be as thou wast wont to be. See as thou wast wont to see. Dian's bud, oh Cupid's flowers, has such force and blessed power. Now, my Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
Oh, my Oberon! What visions I have seen! Methought I was enamored of an ass.
Well, there lies your love.
Oh, how came these things to pass? Oh, how my eyes do loathe his visage now.
Silence a while. Robin, take off his head. Titania, music call and strike more dead than common sleep of all these 5 in the sense.
Music, ho, such as charmeth sleep.
Now, when thou wakest, with thine own fool's eyes peep.
Sound, music. Come, my queen, take hands with me and rock the ground whereupon these sleepers be.
Tanya and Oberon dance.
Now thou and I are new in amity, and will tomorrow midnight solemnly dance in Duke Theseus's home triumphantly, and bless it to all the fair prosperity. There shall the pairs of faithful lovers be wedded with Theseus, all in jollity.
Oh, fairy king, attended Mark, I do hear the morning lark.
Then, my queen, in silent sad trip we after nightshade, we the globe can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I sleeping here was found with these mortals on the ground.
Oberon, Robin, and Titania exit. Enter Theseus and all his train, Hippolyta and Aegeus.
Go, one of you, find out the forester, for now our observation is performed, and since we have the veward of the day, my love shall hear the music of my hounds. Uncouple the western valley, let them go. Dispatch, I say, and find the forester. We will, fair queen, upon the mountain's top, and mark the musical confusion of hounds and echo in conjunction.
I was with Hercules and Cadmus once, when in a wood of Crete they bade the bear with hounds of Sparta. Never did I hear such gallant chiding, for besides the groves, the skies, the fountains, every region near seemed all one mutual cry. I never heard so musical a discord, such sweet thunder.
My hounds are bred out of the Spartan kind, so flued, so sanded, and their heads are hung with ears that sweep away the morning dew. Crook-kneed and dewlap like Thessalian bulls, slow in pursuit, but matched in mouth like bells. Each under each, a cry more tunable, was never hollowed to, nor cheered with horn, in Crete or in Sparta, nor in Thessaly. Judge worthier here. But soft, what nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep, and this Lysander. This Demetrius's, this Helena, old Nita's Helena. I wonder if they're being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and hearing our intent, came here in grace of our solemnity. But speak, Aegeus. Is not this the day that Hermia should give the answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Go, bid the huntsmen wake them with their horns.
A servant exits.
Good morrow, friends. Saint Valentine is past. Begin these wood birds, but to couple now.
Pardon, my lord.
I pray you all, stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord to the world? That hatred is so far in jealousy to sleep by hate and fear not enmity.
My lord, I shall reply amazedly. Half asleep, half waking. But as yet I swear I cannot truly say how I came here. But as I think, for truly what I speak, and now I do bethink me, so it is, I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might, without the peril of Athenian law.
Enough. My lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head, they would have stolen away. They would, Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me. You of your wife and me of my consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of the stealth of their purpose hither to the woods, and I and Harry hither followed them. But, my good lord, I would not by what power, but by some power it is. My love to Hermia melt as the snow seems to me now as the remembrance of an idol god, which in my childhood I did dote upon in all the faith and the virtue of heart. The object and the pleasure of mine eye is only Helena. To her, my lord, was I betrothed. There I saw Hermia. But like a sickness did I loathe this food. But as in health comes to my natural taste, now I do wish it, love it, long for it, and forevermore be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. If this discourse were more, we'll hear anon. Aegeus, I will overbear your will. For in the temple by and by with us, this couple shall eternally be knit. And for the mornings now is something worn. Our purposed hunting shall be set aside. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3. We'll hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
Theseus and his train, including Hippolyta and Aegeus, exit.
These things seem small and undistinguishable, like far-off mountains turned into clouds.
Methinks I see these things with parted eye, when everything seems double.
So, thee thinks, and I have found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
Are you sure that we are awake? It seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream. Do not you think the Duke we hear and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father.
And Hippolyta.
And he did bid us follow to the temple.
Why then? We are awake. Let's follow him, and by the way, let us recount our dreams.
They exit.
When my next cue comes, call me, I will answer. The next is most fair Pyramus. Hey ho! Peter Quince! Flute the bellows mender! Snout the tinker! Starveling! God's my life stolen hence and left me asleep. I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream. Past the wit of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if he goes about to expound this dream. Methought I was... There's no man can tell what. Methought I wasn't... Methought I had... But man is but a patched fool if he will offer to say what methought I had. Oh, the eye of man hath not heard, the ear of a man hath not seen, man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream. It shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom. And I will sing it in the latter end of a play before the Duke. Oh, peradventure, to make it the more glorious, the more gracious, I shall sing it at her death.
He exits. Act 4, Scene 2. Enter Quince, flute, snout, and starveling.
Have you sent to Bottom's house? Is he come home yet?
He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt, he is transported.
If he come not, then the play is marred. It goes forward, not, doth it?
It is not possible. You have not the man in all Athens able to discharge Pyramus but he.
No, he hath simply the best wit of any craftsman in Athens.
Yea, and the best person too, and he is a very paramour for a sweet voice.
No, you must say paragon. A paramour is, God bless us, a thing of naught.
Enter Snug, the joiner.
Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple, and there is 2 or 3 lords and ladies more married. If our sport had gone forward, we had all been made men.
Oh, sweet bully Bottom, this hath he lost 6 pence a day during his life. He could not have escaped 6 pence a day, and the Duke had not given him 6 pence a day for playing Pyramus. I'll be hanged. He would have deserved it. 6 pence a day and Pyramus or nothing.
Enter Bottom.
Are these lads? Where are these hearts?
Bottom, oh most courageous day, oh most happy hour.
Masters, I am to discourse wonders. Ask me not what, for if I tell you I am no true Athenian, I will tell you everything, right as it fell out.
Let us hear, sweet Bottom.
Not a word of me. All that I will tell you is the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together. Good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps. Meet presently at the palace. Every man look o'er his part. For the short and the long is, our play is preferred. In any case, let these we have clean linen. And let not him that plays the lion pare his nails, for they shall hang out for the lion's claws. And most dear actors, eat no onions or garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath. And I do not doubt but to hear them say it is a sweet comedy. No more words. Away! Go! Away!
They exit. End of Act 4. Act 5, Scene 1. Enter Theseus, Hippolyta, the Philostrate, lords and attendants.
'Tis strange, my Theseus, that these lovers speak of.
More strange than true. I never may believe these antique fables nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends. The lunatic, the lover, the poet are of imagination all compact. One sees more devils than vast hell can hold. That is the madman. The lover, all is frantic, sees Helen's beauty as the brow of Egypt. The poet's eye, in a fine frenzy rolling, doth glance from heaven to earth, from earth to heaven. And as imagination bodies forth the forms of things unknown, the poet's pen turns them to shapes and gives to airy nothings a local habitation and a name. Such tricks has sought imagination, that, if it would, he apprehends some joy. It comprehends some bringer of that joy. Or in the night, imagining some fear, how easy is a bush supposed to bear?
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, more witnesseth than fancy's images, and grows to something of great constancy, but howsoever strange and admirable.
Enter Lysander, Demetrius, Hermia, and Helena.
Here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love, accompany your hearts.
More than to us wait in your royal walks, your board, your bed.
Come now, what masks, what dances shall we have? To wear away the long age of 3 hours between our after supper and bedtime. Where is our usual manager of mirth? What revels are in hand? Is there no play to ease the anguish of the torturing hour? Call Philostrate.
Here, mighty Theseus.
Say, what abridgment have you for this evening? What mask, what music? How shall we beguile the lazy time, if not with some delight?
There is a brief, how many sports are ripe. Make choice of which your highness will see first.
Ah. The Battle of the Centaurs, to be sung by the Athenian eunuch to the harp. Well, none of that. That have I told my love in glory of my kinsman Hercules, the ride of the tipsy bacchanals, tearing the Thracian singer in their rage. That is an old device, and it was played when I from Thebes came last the conqueror. The thrice three muses mourning for the death of learning late deceased in beggary. That is some satire, keen and critical, not sorting with a nuptial ceremony. A tedious brief scene of young Pyramus, his love Thisbe, very tragical mirth. Merry and tragical, tedious and brief. That is hot ice and wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play. But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious. For in all the play there is not one word apt, one player fitted. And tragical, my noble lord, it is, for Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which, when I saw it rehearsed, I must confess, made mine eyes water. But more merry tears, the passion of loud laughter, never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-hearted men that work in Athens here, which never labored in their minds until now, and now have toiled their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptial.
And we will hear it.
No, my noble lord, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing in the world, unless you can find sport in their intents, extremely stretched and conned with cruel pain to do you service.
I will hear that play. For never anything can be amiss when simpleness and duty tender it. Go, bring them in, and take your places, ladies.
I love not to see wretchedness o'ercharged, and duty in his service perishing.
Why, gentle sweet, you shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing in this kind.
The kind of we, to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport shall be to take what they mistake, that poor duty cannot do. Noble respect takes it in might, not merit. Where I have come, great clerks have proposed to greet me with premeditated welcomes, where I have seen them shiver and look pale, make periods in the midst of sentences, throttle their practiced accents in their fears, and in conclusion dumbly have broke off, not paying me a welcome. Trust me, sweet, out of this silence yet I pick the welcome, and in the modesty of fearful duty, I read as much as from the rattling tongue of saucy and audacious eloquence. Love, therefore, and tongue-tied simplicity, in least speak most to my capacity.
Enter the Philostrate.
So please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let them approach.
Enter the prologue.
If we offend, it is with our good will, that you should think we come not to offend, but with good will. To show our simple skill, that is the true beginning of our end. Consider then we come but in despite. We do not come as minding to content you. Our true intent is all for your delight. We are not here, that you should here repent you. The actors are at hand, and by their show, you shall know all that you are like to know.
Prologue exits.
This fellow does not stand upon his points.
He hath rid his prologue like a rough colt. He knows not to stop. A good moral, my lord. It is not enough to speak, but to speak true.
Indeed, he hath played on this prologue like a child on a recorder, a sound, but not in government.
His speech was like a tangled chain, nothing impaired, but all disordered. Who was next?
Enter Bottom as Pyramus, Flute as Thisbe, Snout as Wall, Starveling as Moonshine, Snug as Lion, and Quince.
Gentles, perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beauteous lady, Thisbe, is certain. This man with lime and rough cast doth present Wall, that vile Wall which did these lovers sunder. And through Wall's chink, poor souls, they are content to whisper, at the which let no man wonder. This man with lantern, dog, and bush of thorn presenteth moonshine. For if you will know, by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn to meet at Nina's tomb, there to woo. This grisly beast, which Lion hight by name, the trusty Thisbe, coming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright. And as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which Lion vile with bloody mouth did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain, whereat with bloody blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling bloody breast. And Thisbe, tarrying in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, let Lion, Moonshine, Wall, and lovers twain at large discourse, while here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord, one lion may when many asses do.
Lion, Thisbe, Moonshine, and Prologue exit.
In this same interlude, it doth befall that I, one Snout by name, present a wall, and such a wall as I would have you think, that had in it a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, did whisper very secretly, this loam, this rough cast, and this stone doth show. And I am that same wall. The truth is so. And this is the cranny. And this the cranny is bright and sinister, for which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
You desire Lime a hair to speak better.
This is the wittiest partition that ever I heard discourse, my lord.
Pyramus draws near the wall. There's silence.
Oh, grim looked night. Oh, night with hue so black. Oh, night which ever art when day is not. Oh, night. Oh, night, alack, alack, alack. I fear my Thisbe's promises forgot. And thou, O wall, O sweet, O lovely wall that stands between her father's grounds and mine, thou wall, O wall, O sweet and lovely wall, show me thy cheek to blink through with mine eye. Thanks, courteous wall. Jove shield thee well for this. What see I? No Thisbe do I see. Oh, wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss, cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
Easy on the masonry.
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No, in truth, sir, he should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now. I am to spy her through the wall. You shall see it will fall apart, as I told you. Oh, yonder she comes.
Enter flutist Thisbe.
O wall, full often hast thou heard my moans, for pardon my fair Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones with lime and hair knit up in thee.
I hear a voice. Now will I to the chinked spies. I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe.
My love, thou art my love, I think.
Ah, think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace, and like Lymander, and my trusty still.
And I like Helen till the fates me kill.
Not shaftless to Procrus was so true.
As shaftless to Prochorus, I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
Ew.
Ah, I kiss the wall's hole and not your lips at all.
Oh. Wilt thou at Ninny's tomb meet me straightway?
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
Bottom and flute exit.
Thus have I, wall, my part discharged so, and being thus, wall away doth go.
Yes.
Now, is the wall down between the two neighbors? No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to heal without warning.
This is the silliest stuff that I ever heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worse, if imagination amend them.
It must be your imagination, then, and not theirs.
If we imagine no worse for them than they are of themselves, it may pass for excellent men. Oh, here come two noble beasts in, a man and a lion.
Snug as the lion and starveling as moonshine.
You ladies whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on the floor may now perchance both quake and tremble here when lion rough in the wildest rage doth roar. Then know that I am Snug the joiner am a lion fell, nor else no lion's dam. For if I should as lion come in strife into this place, for pity on my life.
You're a gentle beast, and of good conscience.
The very best at the beast, my lord, that I ever saw.
This lion is a very fox for his valor.
True, and the goose for his discretion.
And not so, my lord, for his valor cannot carry his discretion, and the fox carries the goose.
His discretion, I'm sure, cannot carry his valor, for the goose carries, not the fox. That is well. Leave it to his discretion, and let us listen to the moon.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present.
He should have worn the horns on his head.
He is no crescent, and his horns are invisible within the circumference.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present. Myself, the man and the moon, do seem to be.
This is the greatest error of all the rest. The man should be put into the lantern. How is it else, the man in the moon?
He dare not come there for the candle, for you see it is already in snuff.
I am wary of this moon. Would he would change.
It appears by a small light of discretion that he is in the wane. But yet, in courtesy and all reason, we must stay the time.
Proceed, Moon.
All that I have to say is to tell you that the lantern is the moon. I the man in the moon. In the moon. This thorn bush, my thorn bush, and this dog, my dog.
Why, all these should be in the lanthorn, for all these are in the moon. But silence, here comes Thisbe.
Enter flutist Thisbe.
This is old Minnie's tomb. Where's my love?
Oh, rar.
Well roared, Lion.
Well run, Thisbe.
Moon, well shown, moon. Truly, moon shines with a good grace.
Well mounted, lion.
Enter bottomless Pyramus.
And then comes Pyramus.
The lion exits.
And so the lion vanished.
Sweet moon, I thank you for your sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious golden glittering gleams I trust to take of truest Thisbe's sight. Stay. Oh, spite. Ah, poor night, what dreadful dole is here? Eyes, do you see? How can it be? Oh, dainty duck, oh dear. Thy mantle good, stained with blood. Oh, approach, ye furies fell. Oh, fates, come, 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 cut the thread and thrum, quail, crush, conclude, and quell.
This passion, the death of a dear friend, I would go near to make a man look sad.
Beshrew my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore, nature, didst thou lion's frame? Since lion vile hath here deflowered, my dear. Which is, oh, no, which was the fairest dame that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Come, tears confound, out, sword, and wound the pap of Pyramus. That left pap where doth the heart leap. Thus die I, thus. Now am I dead. Now am I fled. My soul is in the sky. Tongue, lose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Now die. 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 Die.
No, die, but an ace for him, for he is but one.
Less than an ace man, for he is dead. He is nothing.
With the help of a surgeon, he may yet recover and yet prove an ass.
How chance moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back and finds her lover?
She will find them by starlight.
Enter flutist Thisbe.
Here she comes, and the passion ends the play.
Methinks she should not use a long one for such a Pyramus. I hope she will be brief.
A moat will turn the balance, which Pyramus, which Thisbe is the better. He for a man, God warn us. She for a woman, God bless us.
She had spied him already with those sweet eyes.
And thus she means that elected.
Asleep, my love? What, dead, my dove? Oh, Pyramus, arise. Speak, speak. What, dumb? Dead? Dead? A tomb must cover thy sweet eyes. These lily lips, this cherry nose, these yellow cowslip cheeks are gone, are gone. Lovers make moan, his eyes were as green as leeks. Oh, sisters three, come, come to me, and with hands as pale as milk, lay them in gore, since you have shore with shears of his thread of silk. Tongue not a word, come, trusty sword, come, blade my breast imbue, and farewell. Thus Thisbe ends. Adieu, adieu, adieu.
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead.
Hey, and Wall too.
No, I assure you, the wall is down that part of their fathers. Will it please you to see the epilogue or to hear a burgomask dance between two of our company?
No epilogue, I pray you. For your play needs no excuse, never excuse. For when the players are all dead, there need none to be blamed. Marry, if he had writ it had been played, Pyramus and hanged himself in Thisbe's garter, it would have been a fine tragedy. And so it is, truly, a very notably discharged. But come, your burgomask, let your epilogue alone.
Dance, and the players exit.
The iron tongue of midnight hath told 12. Lovers, to bed. 'Tis almost fairy time. I fear we shall outsleep the coming morn. As much as we this night have overwatched, this palpable gross play hath well beguiled the heavy gate of night. Sweet friends, to bed. A fortnight hold we this solemnity, and nightly revels in new jollity.
They exit. Enter Robin Goodfellow.
And now the hungry lion roars, and the wolf behowls the moon, whilst the heavy plowman snores, all with the weary task fordone. All the wasted brands do glow, while the screech owl, screeching loud, puts the wretch that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud. Now is the time o' night that the graves all gaping wide, everyone lets forth his sprite in the churchway paths to glide. And we fairies that do run by the triple Hecate's team from the presence of the sun, follow in darkness like a dream. Now are frolic. Not a mouse shall disturb this hallowed house. I am sent with broom before to sweep the dust behind the door.
Enter Oberon and Titania, king and queen of the fairies, with all their train.
Through the house give glimmering light, by the dead and drowsy fire. Every elf and fairy sprite hop as light as bird from briar. And this ditty after me. Sing and dance it trippingly.
First rehearse your song by rote, to each word a warbling note. Hand in hand with fairy grace, we will sing and bless this place.
Oberon leads the fairies in song and dance.
Now until the break of day, through this house each fairy stray. To the best bright bed will we, which by us shall blessed be. And the issue there create never shall be fortunate. So shall all the couples three ever true and loving be. Then the bloats of nature's hand shall not by their issue stand. Never mole, hair lip, nor scar, nor mark prodigious such as are. Despised in nativity shall upon their children be. With this field dew consecrate, every fairy take his gate, and each several chamber bless, through his palace his sweet peace, and the owner of it blessed, ever shall in safety rest. Trip away, Make no stray. Make me all by break of day.
All but Robin exit.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And I, as an honest puck, if we have an unearned luck now to escape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long. Else the puck a liar call. So, good night until you all. Give me a hand if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.
End of play. Thank you for joining us for episode 2 of Wheel of Shakespeare, A Midsummer Night's Dream. A big thanks, as always, to our friend, your friendly neighborhood Shakespeare. Visit him at his website, Shakespeare Approves, or on Facebook at Shakespeare Approves, your friendly neighborhood Shakespeare. There's links to all his content and more in the comments of this video. Big thanks, of course, to our guinea pig actors here tonight. Aileen Goldberg, Mira Singer, Caitlin Jurowitz, Andrew Gellos, Lorraine Ruth Rosenberg, Miguel Vega, Matthew Kisher, Andrew Weinstein, Steve Anderson, and Michael J. Thank you all for joining us on this adventure. If you out there in the internet land enjoyed this reading, all of our past readings are available on our Facebook page and a little better organized on our website, zenithplayers.com. If you want more information on us, including how to be involved in a ridiculous reading like this one, you can go to our Facebook page, Zenith Players, and send us a message, or send an email to casting@zenithplayers.com, and our technical director, that's me, will get back to you as soon as possible. We want to continue to express our support to everyone out there. We're going to keep us safe and healthy and vaccinated. Join us next Saturday for An Ideal Husband by Oscar Wilde. The Saturday after that for Wheel of Shakespeare episode 3, Romeo and Juliet. Thank you, and